they're starting off with their top line here. In the first 5 minutes, I mean, they've been able to play connected throughout 60 minutes of a game, and unfortunately, they lost their last game, but we'll see how they start this one.
Here's some momentum here for Vancouver. Quick shot, and Osborne will hang on for a quick whistle as Michaela Cava flips that one. Not happy with his squad's first period against Boston the other night.
Yeah, when we asked him what you wanted to see out of your...
As Rosenthal continues to dig in. Back at the line, kept in by Bard. Puts it on net. Osborne covers it up for the whistle. Steered aside by Osborne. New York will skate that one out of danger. Hooked on the play, no call. They'll play on. Out in front, backhander.
Great.
Oh, it's in!
Great.
They score! How about that? A much-needed goal for Vancouver, and they are on the board. Abby Boreen doing work.
Talking about compete, that is what I want. You see the puck maybe about to squeak out of the offensive zone. Abby Boreen says, no way, I'm gonna pass it across, drive to the net, gets a backhand on it, and then finishes the rebound over Osborne. That is a second and third effort. That is exactly what Brian Adolski wants to see.
Sent back in behind the net. Mashmeyer will play that one as Tchaikovsky gives chase on that pursuit. Back at the line, Bourbonnais flips that one and handled with ease by Mashmeyer.
Right, you gotta want to get there.
And Bard laying the body. Vancouver coming out playing with some physicality here, Blake.
Yep, that's what they talked about.
Here's Thompson centering B for Karvinen and puts it right on. Minutes of this one.
Coming in different ways too, and they're often coming at the top of the offensive blue line. A nice pass in the slot. Great save on Osborne. She was at the top of her crease here. But Karvinen, a nice little touch and a redirection.
12:07 to go here in period number one. Vancouver in the offensive zone, continuing on the attack. There's Karvinen pushing hard in front of the net. What a chance there. And Villiers, she is a buzzsaw working in her own end, pushing it up ahead. Here's Casey O'Brien. Another top pick, the third overall pick. Oh, what a save! Oh my goodness! Mashmeyer, can you believe it?
This comes off of a rush in the neutral zone and backdoor. Sarah Fillier has two chances. You get a stick on it. Here, crosses, she gets a stick on it with the paddle. Backhand hit the post, but she bought herself enough time.
To steal a line from the Simpsons. That's a paddling right there, Blake.
That was unbelievable.
Oh, look at this. Here comes New York for more. Right in front of the net. Oh, what a chance. Another one.
Yeah, and it's all about winning loose puck battles and 50-50 battles, and you see the effort that New York is put into winning those races.
Shot on net, deflection, and handled by Mashmeyer once again. She checks all the boxes, what you'd want from a first overall pick.
Right, and you don't want to take that away from her, right? You want to keep that excitement, that physical presence, that moxie that she brings, but just use it in a timely fashion.
Plus, not to mention that Mashmeyer also with an Olympic gold medal in her collection. Look at this move. Benishima trying to go short side. Great blocker save made by Osborne there. A bump by Jinx at the line. Michaela Cava spinning around. Finds a streaking in. Bell, shot, scores! Oh, Captain! Ashton Bell rings it. 2-0 Goldeneyes.
The defense shows up again for the Goldeneyes. She was bombing it here again. A good pinch up at the blue line. Just maintaining pressure. Nice escape here. You see defenseman cutting down and shot. That's textbook. That's details. Excellent execution from the Captain Bell.
Here's Izzy Daniel. Lost a handle on that one as Karvinen gives chase. Karvinen's been busy out there. Big hit by the 36-year-old. Or look at this one, Blake. Boom. Back with more physicality next. Power play brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Power through tough messes and so much more. New York wins the draw. Here's Witherspoon, puts it on net. Mashmeyer covers up.
Their opponents, they haven't been able to squeak one in. And you'll probably see a set play. They do a very good job at setting.
And off the draw, Vancouver wins it. 3-on-2 for the Goldeneyes. Puts it in front, scores! Wow. How about that? Down the right side, and it is 3-0, and it's a jailbreak. A jailbreak goal brought to you by Shark Ninja.
See it, that came right off the face-off. All three players were going. They did not care if they were on a penalty kill. They knew a jailbreak opportunity was there. Just to take a shot on net here, and it goes off the defenseman who's just selling out. You have to sell out. That was a great finish.
Flips that one out. 1:25 to go here in the opening frame. All Vancouver on the scoreboard. Here's Koltikova. Puts a wrist shot on. But lots of time for New York to get back into this one. Off the draw, Vancouver wins it. Samoskevich pushes it up. Mashmeyer plays that, leaves it for Thompson. Koltikova intercepts that one again. Here we go, Sirens with a chance. Wheeler from the side of the net. What a chance by Hart. She turned aside by Mashmeyer.
Right now, here's the chance. A little bit of a turnover by the defender. New York just goes east to west and then tries.
New York showing that speed and tenacity that head coach Greg Fargo talked about, that his team has shown their identity in front. Oh my goodness! Another spectacular save by Mash. So much more at the line. Here's Sarah Fillier pushing in to the side of the net. Back to Fillier. On the left side. Back to the point. Shot in front on the backhand. Mashmeyer, Mashmeyer, Mashmeyer. That is the story in this one. Setting up again. Back to the point. Nyland Person. Back to Fillier. Centering and feed in front. Rebound. Nobody there. What a chance.
Nice chance and pass to the bumper right there from Sarah Fillier.
All game.
And O'Neill just a great redirect and a one-timer in front, and Mashmeyer just does a good job to get up quickly, which is one of her strengths.
Yeah, I saw that. Look.
You guys didn't see me rolling my eyes either.
Amazing what the camera can hide sometimes. Here's Jakes. Leaving it for Gardner. Wrist shot. Stopped by. Here's Fillier. That goes off the skate of Channel Watkins, who took an awkward fall. With Wheeler giving pursuit. Here's Gerard.
You want to keep pressing the pedal to the metal, breaking out clean, transitioning with a lot of flow. I mean, they just kind of let it off a little bit there.
Cross ice, Nyland Person. They've got some firepower out there for New York. It's a dangerous opportunity. New York has been the better team this period. Shot! Oh, what a save by Mashmeyer once again. Goaltenders getting things done. O'Brien robbed by Mashmeyer.
As before.
Big hit as Vanisheva laying the body. Here's Gardner. On the right side, in front, Rosenthal puts it right on. Rebound, Gardner again. Oh, tried to tee up Jakes, but fan on the shot. Might have been better to just put that one on net.
Sometimes just put on a net. There was a scrum in front. Anything could have happened.
Channel Watkins in front. That was blocked. And Vancouver now with some pressure.
That's where you ask the simplicity comes into factor. It doesn't always have to be pretty. Just has to cross the goal line.
Katie Chan dancing around, puts it in front. Oh, what a chance. What a save by Osborne to keep the Sirens in this. Osborne says, anything you can do?
I can do better.
3-0. Vancouver leads it. Blake and James back in a second.
You know, passes that aren't really in their favor here and keeping them to the outside. Very active.
Oh, right on the doorstep. What a chance there. And Mashmeyer comes up with the stop again. Three shots on that power play for New York, but they continue. New York, the much busier team offensively, though. Long stretch feed down the wing. Shot right on Mashmeyer. Rebound turned aside into the corner.
Save, but you think Zandy makes his pass. You're skating along the subtleties, the details. That's exactly what he's been trying to instill, and not to have a leader like that in your lineup is a huge loss.
You know, as somebody who's been a part of the NHL video game from EA Sports for the last several years, it was Sarah Nurse, the first ever female to grace the cover of NHL 23 going back a couple of seasons ago, and so she means so much to the sport, and obviously scored a huge goal on opening night. And I know Vancouver would love to have her back in the line. Pretty fearless. Here's Gabby Rosenthal, pushes that up for Jen Gardner. Miscommunication there, but here's Chan. Katie Chan centering feet. Oh, what a save by Osborne. Period.
Yeah, Chan just makes a great play back door, and Osborne's just ready for it. It was a really good read, slide across the crease, and shut down. It was a good read. Oh, maybe another too many men. The ref don't seem to want to call that.
Oh, Vancouver getting away with another one there. And I'm sure Greg Fargo's got to be a little frustrated on that one.
And Vancouver didn't like it.
Well, these two teams getting familiar with each other. They just played each other a week ago. Oh, look at this chance. Karvinen! Oh, and a glove save by Osborne says not this afternoon.
Even though there's 3 goals against Osborne, she's really trying to keep her team in it. A nice glove save. Caravine
lost that. Back the other way. O'Brien came up with that. And the kids are buzzing again for New York. Miller takes it away. Poor clearing attempt. Deflected in front on the backhander, Tchaikovsky.
I mean, how much more can we talk about Maschmeyer? New York knows they have to get on the board, and that's another amazing alert redirection play save. The top of her crease. I mean, it's textbook.
Minute to go here. With the player advantage. Nice. Gardner. James. Rebound. Scores! Making a double for Abby Barine. Queen Barine strikes again. 4-0. Goldeneyes.
You saw that coming. Really good puck movement by the Vancouver Goldeneyes. A lot. And that's really what you want out of a power forward. D to D, across the ice, into the slot. Barine's back door. She's very smart. Smart players know where to be. They don't have to exert all the effort. Easy backdoor play for her.
Smart play. And Vancouver at Lappin. Pushed up, Thompson. Want to welcome all the viewers that watched Lionel Messi and Inter Miami knock off the Vancouver Whitecaps in the MLS Cup Finals. We might have found a couple of replacements for Blake and I here for the next game.
That was amazing. I feel very inspired.
Great energy. Love to see that. Corbinate. Chip settle on the wall. Jakes goes back to get it. Colton Kova. Got a number. Tchaikovsky blocker stop there by Maschmeyer.
Feels like New York has to score on this power play. It feels like New York has to score on this power play, but they really need to have a good scoring opportunity and a chance to put one in here.
Well, Vancouver with goals, but back inside. Here come the Sirens. Vespa put it in front. Bard picked that one off. Loose puck again. Wrist shot. Double save by Maschmeyer. Doing it again to Sandy Hart. As Sandy Hart here, Blake, and that's the recurring theme. Mash, mash, mash. Back in a sec. Knocks that one aside.
You got to give it to Vancouver. They're doing a really good job.
Oh, wow! What a stop! Villiers going to the net, and Maschmeyer somehow got a skate on that one. Despite the fact that Vancouver has exploded for 4 here this afternoon. Wheeler. Saving it. Wraparound attempt. Stop. O'Neill tries again.
Go.
James Cybulski, Blake Bolden, and Emirates Maschmeyer putting on a show.
And Kristen O'Neill, I mean, she tries to tuck it in with a wraparound, trying to get Maschmeyer sleeping, but she hasn't been sleeping all game.
For the New York Sirens, power through tough messes and so much more. Final minute of play in regulation. Whoa. Right in front of the net. What a chance there for the Sirens, and it's just not been their day. Chance moments ago to maybe finally get on the board.
Some good puck movement, right? You get it on the right post of Maschmeyer, it squeaks out in the slot, and it goes right between.
The Goldeneyes will pick up their first win in regulation. It's a 3-point victory for Vancouver and Emirates Maschmeyer.